On Sunday Sport tonight, the last round of the National Football League. Tyrone and Dublin clashed in Omagh this afternoon with completely different agendas for the two counties. In Division 2, Down had already made sure of being in the final, but who would join them? It would be the winners of the game between Donegal and Armagh. And with annual Congress looming, what is likely to be voted in and voted out? Hello and welcome to another edition of Sunday Sport. Well, there's much to get through on the programme tonight. Now, those two crunch matches in the National Football League and some of the main issues that will be going before Congress next weekend. Studio chat as well. Tonight I'm joined by Bernard Flynn and also by Kevin McStay, and I'll be chatting to the two lads, of course, through the course of the programme. But now, Newcastle County Down is the venue for this year's annual GAA Congress, and no doubt, as ever, there will be some lively debate and some key votes on the various motions on the agenda. Now, we'll be examining some of those motions here on the programme tonight and considering whether they're likely to be passed or rejected. But for the moment, though, let's set the scene for next weekend's important gathering in the North East. Here's Marty Morrissey.
A record attendance of nearly 88,000 people waited to see if a team from Northern Ireland could bring the All-Ireland Senior Football Championship across the border for the first time. Jim McCartan sends the high lobbing ball into the goal mouth. Johnny Cullity fluffed it, it's a goal. Paddy Doherty takes the kick, it's another goal. Down are 2 goals in front. Never before in over 7 decades of GAA history was a victory so widely acclaimed.
Lots of history. All happened on September 25th, 1960, when Down defeated the mighty Kingdom of Kerry by 210 to 8 points. 50 years later, the GAA's Congress is going to be held here next weekend in Newcastle, County Down. Lots of topics to be discussed, but joining me now are 2 members of the 1960 All-Ireland winning team from County Down, the captain Kevin Musson and the goal scorer Paddy Doherty. Kevin, your memories of 50 years ago.
My fondest memory is being pushed up the steps and Sam Maguire sitting in front of me and putting my hands on that cup for the first time ever.
To win an All-Ireland you have to beat Kerry, and my memory is beating Kerry in 1960 and coming up the road with Sam Maguire. It's a long road up the road without Sam Maguire, and to be the first team from Ulster to win the Sam Maguire was great.
It's a very, very long time ago, but I can still remember it vividly.
Could you believe it, that you had beaten Kerry and won the All-Ireland?
We thought we would, but at the same time it was hard to believe that it could happen.
It meant great for Ulster because it opened the floodgates for the rest of the counties, and to be the first team in Ulster to bring it over the border, it was great.
It was indeed. There'll be more on Congress later in the programme. But right now, though, we're going to concentrate on the issues on the playing fields this weekend. Letterkenny was the venue for this afternoon's meeting of Donegal and Armagh, and the attendants there were looking forward to a real competitive affair. Well, Down were clear at the top of the Division 2 table, but 2 teams shared second spot going into the last round of matches, and they were, of course, Donegal and Armagh. Our commentator at this game was Ger Canning.
For this crucial match in O'Donnell Park, Letterkenny, Donegal give league starts today to midfielder Eddie Kelly from Urris and local man Ross Werrity at wing forward, while Adrian Hanlon is selected to play alongside the main scoring threats, and they're Colin McFadden and Michael Murphy. Meanwhile, Paddy O'Rourke also juggles the Armagh forces and starts Barry Shannon at corner back. Kieran McKeever at number 6 is back to full health, and the replaces up front today for Charlie Vernon and Tony Kernan. Ronan Clark is among the subs. Centre half back is Anthony Thompson from the Naomh Conaill club. Here he is again. Oh, he's thrown it as well. The second time a throw has been free, very quickly taken up to Stevie McDonnell. McDonnell has support. Oh, what a decent take that was by Paul Durkin. Keeping it away there with Tony Kernan lurking with intent. Well, this was a great goal chance here for Stevie McDonnell. He was looking for Tony Kernan, but only found Paul Durkin. And a chance to make some headway now. Barry Dunyan, stopped by Aaron Kernan. Still Dunyan, and finally the boot goes in. There is David Walsh's boot going in. Referee immediately gives the free to Armagh. It's very scrappy so far. Maybe it'll improve here. Stevie McDonnell, who had a goal chance earlier on. It's beautifully across. Great opportunity. It was for Brian Mallon and well blocked down. Back once again to Aaron Kernan. Freeing it up in here towards Charlie Vernon. Score for the taking. If he can squeeze it in over the posts, and he can indeed. First point to come from play comes in the 14th minute. It's scored by Charlie Vernon, and it's 2 points to no score. Set up by Aaron Kernan, managed to sneak inside Anthony Thompson's cover, beat the attempted block, and popped it over the bar. But this was the opportunity for Brian Mallon earlier on there, and a wonderful diving save. Here's Gallagher. Now Michael Maguire storming forward here. Adrian Hanlon trying to get away from the attentions there of Barry Shannon, kicking it outside of the boot and inside the post this time. Adrian Hanlon has finally got a score for Donegal, and it was all down to his own very hard work at Industry, keeping off the attentions there of Barry Shannon, struck it well and put it over. It's 2 points to 1. So an opportunity for Armagh to build. Strongly built Kieran McKeever up towards Tony Kernan. McKeever has gone forward, Kernan having a go himself. Goalkeeper comes, oh, he's left it there and it's in the back of the net. Stevie McDonald on hand. Well, Paul Durkin doesn't like those kind of balls coming in there at height. You see it for a little while. Tony Kernan lobbing it in, dropped by the goalkeeper, booted forward by Paul Duffy. The bounce judged well, I thought, by the fullback, and he's lost it now, Neil McGee. And that's another one. Brilliantly over the bar there by Brian Mallon. Should have been cleared. Look, 2 Donegal players there, but the ball intercepted by Brian Mallon. Just took one quick look at the post, and it sailed over brilliantly. Second half gets underway, and Donegal have an enormous task on their hands. They're under pressure immediately. They've made 2 changes at the break, but at the other end it's the usual and familiar style of Stevie McDonald starting the second half in whirlwind fashion. 12 seconds on the clock and he gets a 3rd point. Goal and 3 for Stevie McDonald, and it's 110 to 2 points. Donegal have brought on Fergal McNulty and Rory Kavanagh, but it's Stevie McDonald who just continues as he was finishing at the end of the first half. Swift comes, Swift gets, does really well. Maguire's chasing after him, he's left him in his wake. So strong. Moriarty on his shoulder helping out. Wanting the ball, getting the ball. Or will he become the 4th member of the backs to score? He will! Emphatically into the back of the net. A second Armagh goal. And Donegal are ripped apart. 2-10 to 3 points. Gareth Swift setting up the flying Finian Moriarty. His 2nd goal in this year's National League, scored against Westmeath, and he's done it against Donegal, who are absolutely hopelessly out of their depth this afternoon. It's Kevin Cassidy, boots it long. Won't be enjoying this one little bit. Murphy now. What a goal would do for the home crowd as Murphy feeds it back, and they've got another score. That's put over the bar there, and it's the substitute Rory Kavanagh who gets it. 2nd point from play for Donegal in this match. Decent ball across in there. Opportunity for Stephen Griffin. This can be finished, and it's well stopped by Hearty, who refuses to be beaten this afternoon. Rory Kavanagh, the one with the final effort after it's been fed to him by Stephen Griffin, and Paul Hearty, big tall man that he is, stood his ground and stood it brilliantly. Charlie Vernon. Here's Mal Mackin. That is a lovely kick. He'll be delighted with that, Mal Mackin. Hard to blame the Donegal fans. Up here towards Charlie Vernon. Angling this one across. Picked up here by Joe Feeney. Very impressive squad member Feeney. Looking to get loose and place it, and does so successfully between the posts. Joe Feeney's only point, and we're in stoppage time. Maybe one last score. Andy Mallon's got this one, or has he? Not quite. Griffin playing it back. Reaches Neil Gallagher. And Gallagher's final attempt